If you are new to this channel, hi, my name is Akanksha and I make videos on learning and living alone in my 20s. In this video, I have tried to compile everything that I have managed to learn about skincare and makeup over the years. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, or any drink of your preference and let's get started with the video right away. For skincare, I always start with cleansing my face. I prefer to use gentle cleansers and I always double cleanse. If I have makeup on, I usually use an oil-based cleanser before my regular cleanser because I have really dry skin. But if you have oily skin, I would recommend you to use something like micellar water to remove that extra oil before or after makeup. But remember to use it only during these two times. The next step is to moisturize the lips, and for this purpose I have been using Vaseline my entire life. It is affordable and it does the job really well. But recently I also started using this Rhode lip treatment balm and it is so yummy and moisturizing. If you're not a big fan of lipsticks, you can also try this affordable lip balms that comes with a little bit of tint. After this, I prep my skin with some toner. This helps provide the extra hydration on which the rest of the skincare or makeup can sit on. For most of my teenage and early 20s, I either just used regular water or regular rose water as toner, and honestly, even they did the job really well. The next step is to use a serum depending upon the issues you are facing. I use hyaluronic acid serum before makeup for hydration, plump skin, and to remove puffiness for a more natural look. I also use salicylic acid for the bumps on my skin and retinol on regular intervals for the fine lines. Do your research carefully or consult a dermatologist before using such serums because the wrong ones can actually cause a lot of harm. After this, I use a moisturizer to lock everything in. Recently, I've started using this Dot & Key Skin Barrier Repair Cream and so far I have been absolutely loving it. It's super hydrating, which is perfect for my dry skin. It has essential ceramides, probiotics and rice water, though I won't recommend it to people with really oily skin. On the more affordable side, this Pond's Super Light Gel is a great moisturizer and I often find myself going back to it time and again. The last step in my morning skincare routine is definitely a sunscreen. Though I have a very decent resistance against viral products on social media, I'm actually eternally glad to have come across this sunscreen from Dr. Sheths. It is fragrance-free, leaves no white cast, has SPF 50, it's hydrating, and most importantly, it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin. I'm the most generous person when it comes to applying sunscreen. I take 2 huge pumps and I apply it all over my face, neck, and even the ears. If I'm applying makeup right after my skincare, I usually wait for a couple of minutes to let the products properly settle down. This tutorial is for absolute beginners or ones who don't have the advanced skills or time but want to experiment and get started with applying makeup. Basically, someone like me. So the first thing I do is use a concealer. I don't use foundation even if I'm going out with my friends. It is because makeup is a very subjective thing and what wants from makeup can vary to a great degree. To me, makeup is to enhance my natural features, which is why I love a more natural makeup look. I use a brush to just apply concealer to some of the problematic areas on my skin, like the pimple scars which have refused to leave. I know the beauty industry today can get super overwhelming with a large number of products and extreme beauty standards. When I started earning, I remember believing that I needed to try all the products my favorite influencers showed, thinking that it will make me look somewhat like her. Now that I look back, I know those were just my insecurities that I had cultivated about my skin over the years. Even while making this video, I waited for a long time for my skin and lighting to be perfect. I realized I was just spiraling back to my old underconfident self. So I finally decided to shoot this video with natural lighting to show this is how an average normal skin looks like. For eyeshadow, I have the Nika eyeshadow quad palette. It is a very affordable palette with a lot of variants. So depending upon your use, you can choose any one of them. I'm using the palette Night Out, which can be used to create a nude or smoky look. I usually use the transition nude shade near my crease. I then use a thin angular brush and this brown shade along the waterline where I would normally apply my eyeliner. This gives a very smoky kind of look to the eye, and sometimes I even skip eyeliner because this shade alone is itself very beautiful. Even if I am using an eyeliner, I like to keep it very close to the waterline and draw a very thin line along, and also pull it a little for a short wing. This accentuates the eyes without making it look too unnatural. For eyebrows, I'm using this L'Oreal Brow Artist Genius Kit in the shade medium to dark. The best thing I like about this palette is how easy it is to use, but if you are new to makeup, I would suggest you to go with a brow gel instead to get a fuller look. I got microblading done on my eyebrows a couple of months back, so I now don't spend too much time on my eyebrows anymore. Initially, I was very skeptical about the whole microblading process, but for someone like me with very sparse eyebrows and a huge eyebrow gap, I think microblading has saved a lot of time and efforts. The next step, contouring, is used to create shadows to highlight, slim down, or deepen certain features that otherwise won't pop on their own. For contouring, instead of just drawing lines and then blending it, I like to move the brush in a circular fashion very close to my cheekbones. This helps to not create very sharp lines. I also drag the brush along the edges of my face towards the top and my jawline. If you are looking for a more affordable alternative, then the Sugar Mini Bronzer or the Sugar Blush, Contour and Highlight palette is also a very good one. I will link them down in the description box. If you are new to makeup or like a more natural toned down look, I would strongly suggest you to go with a powder blush, as with them it's easier to control the amount. I like to first apply the blush on the high areas of my cheekbone and then pull it towards my nose. This gives a more natural and flushed look. But if you are still looking for a cream blush, then I would suggest this Blue Heaven Kiss and Blush Lip, Cheek and Eyes Tint. It is in the shade Coral Blush, which is perfect for Indian skin tones. The best thing about this blush is its price point. It's super affordable and it has avocado oil and mango butter in it, which makes it super hydrating on the skin. For curling my lashes, I'm using this Miniso curler. It has almost become a ritual for me to curl my lashes because I have naturally very short lashes. For mascara, I'm using this Benefit Bad Girl Mascara. It is very thick, so I like to take out the extra product before applying on my eyes. Also, for a more natural look, try to apply the mascara only along the edges and not directly from the eye. Then I take the same blush shade and apply it along my lower waterline. I don't know, I just think that it makes my eyes open up a lot more. I then continue to apply mascara on my lower lashes as well. Before moving on to my lips, I like to take out the extra product from the lip balms I've used before. For lip liner, I'm using this K-Beauty Matte Action Lip Liner in the shade Fame. It's a very beautiful everyday use shade and it goes with most of my lipsticks. Along with using the lip liner only in the edges of my lips, I like to bring it somehow inwards like a shadow. This helps in blending it with my lipstick later and not have very sharp lines. So today I'm using the same Blue Heaven tint on my lips. I put some of it on my palm and then use my finger to apply it on my lips instead of doing it directly to get a more natural look. This In Color Crystal Brilliance lip gloss in the shade 23 is my favorite lip gloss ever. It's very affordable, retailing for only 224 rupees. I'm not sure if this exact shade is available anymore, but I will surely link something similar in the description box. Instead of a translucent powder, I use this rose powder to set my makeup look, to reduce the shine and to give it a little bit of matte effect. The last step is to set everything in with a setting spray. This step also helps remove any extra product from the skin. And voila! This is my everyday natural makeup look. You can tailor it according to your likes. So this is it. I will see you in the next video, and if you like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.